Hello, everybody. Hello. Good afternoon. How you guys doing today?
Good, sir.
Please unmute yourself to talk to me.
Doing good, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you very much for asking. So, what about the homework? What is the progress in it?
Yeah, sir. I did part like 20 images part.
Okay, but they are like staggering somewhere.
No, they're all good. Yeah.
They are doing good.
Fine.
Okay, I will check everyone, on Monday then. Okay. So,
Okay.
so let me, yeah, please go on.
Yeah, that's
It's good.
yeah,
Okay.
good.
So I thought that you wanted to. There are two people who are kind of, I'm permitting them, but they are not joining in. Okay, let's wait for a minute. Okay. So have you got the idea about server-side coding also a little bit?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So I'm very excited about it. This is the first time I'm teaching this part to any group. Previously, I used to teach PHP server-side. So this time I thought that since so many people are over there in the other group who is studying PHP, so why not in this group I teach you guys Node.js. Okay, so let's start with it. Okay. So let me share my screen. I don't know what is this. Okay. There are two people waiting in the waiting room. Okay, admit all. These people are not kind of unable to join today. Prithvi is not still here. Okay. Okay, guys. So is this your code? Right? Is it? Right. Okay. So is this your code I was asking?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So let's start populating it. And just a side note, okay, not for now. Control C, CLS, and let me cd to dot dot, cd space dot dot, cd space dot dot. I have the cd web programming 2020, summer 2020. What a long name. Who gave it? Okay. Okay. Right, guys. So I'm in your folder. And let's test, if it is working. So we come back over here. We say node. Oh, no, 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 no. We need to go to your folder. What folder was this? Node 2?
No, Node 2.
Node 2, right? So cd node 2. CLS. And now we say we run node app.js, right? So welcome server at port 3000, right? So we have got this welcome server running at port 3000. So we come back over here and not this one, not this one, your code. I'm teaching so many groups. So this is localhost colon 3000. Right? Welcome to Express server. So this is running. Okay. Okay. So the deal here is now we are not here just to send a single line of code, right? We used to have like full-fledged web pages, right? So now we want to traverse towards this direction that, hey man, how can we send like full-fledged web page, over there? Not just a line, right? This is not the best idea that we just send a line. So let's progress towards it and let's cut it from here. And we say response.write. So again, I'm moving in that direction, right? I am not there yet. So I say resource.write and I put it here. Let me put something more. I say resource. So you can have one send, but you can have multiple writes. Sorry, response dot write, not resource. Right? So response dot write, and we say, let's put a paragraph here. We put a paragraph tag, right? Backslash p, and we say that this response is written line by line, right? Okay, okay, and let's have something more. So let me go open an HTML file somewhere. Maybe this HTML, right? Or maybe what is this HTML? This is HTML? No, this is not HTML. So let me open some HTML file. Okay, so okay, let me create a new one. This is you? No, this is you guys. Okay, so let me come into your folder. Where is your folder? Web Programming Summer 2020, and inside Node 2 folder, let me create a new file. Let me create a new file. Just test.html, right? Test.html. So we just put some HTML here. Maybe we can put a form, right? And maybe this form is going to have an input field. And let's have this, let's have everything here. So basically it has an input field and name is city or maybe Q, name is Q, well, there is no value, there's a placeholder, is city, right? And let me put a button over here, say name of the button is get weather, right? And this is get, right? So let me use actually camel case here. So just a form, right? And just cut this form from here, save it and close it also, because this is just an experimental file. And I say response dot write. Okay, guys. Now check the color coding, right? Check the color coding. Color coding sometimes guides you a lot. So for example, I put double quotes here and I paste over here. So color coding is telling me that something is very wrong here, because I want to send it all as a string, and this is not definitely going as a string, right? Why it is not going as a string and something is messed up? Because
Colors are different. It's not.
I'm enclosing double quotes and double quotes, and inclusion of double quotes and double quotes is not allowed. Simple as that, right? You know this thing that in all these languages like JavaScript or PHP or C Sharp, we cannot enclose double quotes into double quotes or single quotes into single quotes, right? So this is the main reason. So let's say Control Z, and let's put single quotes, and something is still wrong, right? It is telling me that, something is wrong, and the reason is not known to you, because you cannot have multiple line of write with single quotes even, right? So basically you have to have backticks. I told you that backticks are also troubled these days, right? Because previously, backticks were so innocent that they were not being used in any of the programming languages. But suddenly, these compiler writers, interpreter writers, they thought that, hey, man, this key is not, doing anything in coding. So let it do something, right? And so it is not doing something. So we put, in backticks, right? So now if I put it, now it is telling me, the color code is telling me that everything is good, right? Are you getting me? So basically, you know, once I'm using an editor, I get myself familiar with its color codes, and color codes tell me a lot of stories, right? Okay. So we have written so much of HTML here. No, we have not rendered a complete file yet, but definitely, you know, we have quite a good amount of HTML here. So we come over here, save it, and let's try to render it. So we come, reload, nothing happened. Why? Reload, nothing happened.
Because we didn't run the server still.
Huh?
We didn't run the server.
Yes, server is on, my dear.
We have to close the server.
Yes, you're right. So once we make changes in app.js, we have to close the server and restart it. And in development mode, we have to do it for so many times. Okay, if you don't want to do it, I will not go into that step, but if you don't want to do it, there is something which is known as nodemon, right? So let me write it over here. So let me write another paragraph over here. Where is that? Response dot write. Let's have another paragraph. Let's have another paragraph. If you do not want to restart the server again and again, use npm install nodemon, right? And then start the server by nodemon app.js, right? So the deal is that if you don't want to restart and restart and restart, so install nodemon, right? Nodemon will keep a watch, an eye on app.js status. As soon as you make changes into it, it automatically restart, right? So if you want to do so, right, you can do it. But you know, the deal is that Node is already so much complicated. There would be so many things I'm going to tell you, and I would love to tell you that I just want to cut the extra detail, right? I just want to cut the extra detail. I don't want to give those details which are a little bit luxury at this time, right? So for example, if we are short of money, right, we will not cut the necessities, we'll cut the luxuries, right? So basically this is the same ideology, okay? So we come back over here and let's go here and Control C to stop the server. The screen just, you know, for the sake of clearing it, and app.js server is running, and let's come back over here and reload. Now look, this entire HTML which I, you know, wrote over there, it is being rendered over here. Got it, guys? Right. So once we have done so, so let me keep this server as is over here so that you have the reference, you know, for now. So let me have a duplication. So duplicate. So app dash v1, right? So this is version 1. Okay, I close this, right? So basically it will give you this idea that how did we make a start, right? So I will make version 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you know, so it will give you an idea that, you know, how things are getting evolved, right? Any question, guys? Okay, so let's do something better. So let's come over here in this folder, Node2, and let's create a new folder over here, and let me name it views. Right? Let me name it views. For now, whether you name it views, whether you name it Menthan, whether you name it Dr. Zab, right? It is not going to make any difference. But as soon as I'm going to work in another, library, which is known as EGS, it is going to make a difference, right? So that's the reason that I have started with the name views, right? So for now, whatever the name you give, it's perfectly all right. So I have given this name views, and let me just delete this, yes, and let me go to views, and here let me create a new file, and let me name it index.html. Right, guys? So I have named it index.html, and once I have named it index.html, let me populate it HTML H1 now. This is a complete file being rendered, right? So basically we are sending a complete file. So let me put a form over here. Form, right? So for example, this is a form. Let me have input. I will tune it later on. Let me have an input, right? Say placeholder. Let me put placeholder. City. And I have this button, right? And type is button. Okay, let me put type is submit. Right? And get, right? Get weather. Right? So basically I have got this form here. Okay. So this is a file, right? And I go back to app.js, and here I just delete it all, right? And here, instead of response.send, I say response.send file. And here I need to give the name of the file. Right? So basically it was send, and now it is send file, right? So send file is going to send the file. Making sense? Is it? Hello, everybody?
Yes.
No? Yeah, good. So basically, so please don't feel hesitant to ask questions, right? This is entirely a new thing. So especially for those people who kind of worked in Apache environment, this is altogether a different environment. It took me quite a bit of time to switch from Apache to this environment, because it was not, kind of understandable to me that over there we have such a, beautiful server running all the time, and why we have like running a server from within the code over here. But this is how it works, right? Okay, so coming back over here, so send file, and here we need to give the name of the file, and file name is index.html, right? Index.html. Make sense? Now, if we do so and we stop the server, I will keep on stopping and starting, right? I don't like to. Okay, and so we come over here, and if we try to render this file, right, path must be absolute, right? Specify root to this, right? So basically it is telling that path must be absolute, right? So how can you give absolute path? Absolute path is given like this. So this particular file is present where? Right? Views folder. Right? And views folder is where? Views folder is present in __ the name. Right? So this is the absolute path they're asking, right? So I just wanted to show you that what is the error and how can you remove it, right? So basically, you need to give an absolute path to the file. Getting me, guys? Any question so far? So far, so good? Okay, cool. So we come back over here. So where should we go? Here, right? And Control C, CLN. Once server side error comes, it comes as if you have broken the constitution. Right? So it will give you a full-fledged list of errors. Okay, so I say node app dot yes, right? So server is running. Let's come back over here, reload it. Now this is complete file being rendered. So basically we have this form also coming, city, get weather, etc., right? So basically now we have learned this thing that by using this server, how can we render a file? Got it? Any question? No? Okay. So let's come back over here. So this is one file being rendered, right? Why can't we have like multiple files, right? Let's make multiple files. So before we make multiple files, let's have some CSS also, right? And let's see how can we tackle CSS, right? So basically, these pages, they are not gonna go like plain HTML. They are going to go with JavaScript and they are gonna go with CSS. So we need to know this thing also, that how we are going to have this thing, right? So we come over here, we make a new folder with the name public. Any name is good, but just, this is like kind of convention. So we make a new folder with the name public, and within public folder, let's make a new folder with the name CSS, right? This is how you organize your code, right? So this is exactly you organize your code in any good big project, right? So CSS, let's create a new folder with the name JavaScript. Right, so these are folders, and in CSS folder, let's create a new file with the name master.css. Master.css. Right, guys? So here we write some code. We say, for example, this is a form, right? And we say that your display is flex, right? Your width is, okay, your flex direction is column, right? Your width is maybe 60% or maybe 40%, right? Your width is 40%. What else? You have a padding of 20 pixel, right? You have a margin of auto, right? And you have a border of 3 pixel solid pink. So we have given so many such CSS. Let's see what happens, right? So I have given this CSS, and now I have to link the CSS with what?
Index.html.
Very good, with the page, right? So I go into index.html. Here I put the link. So link, right? And this is a style sheet, and href is /public /CSS, right? This is our out. Make sense?
Yeah.
Right? So save it, and let's, and by the way, since we have not made any change in app.js, so it should be perfect. Right? It should not, we need not to reload, but if you like, I will reload, don't worry, right? But if I reload here, makes no difference. No CSS is coming. Why? So if there is an error would reflect over here also. There is no error. If you don't get it, I actually, close it down and rerun it, right? And as I rerun it and I reload, still no CSS. How to get this CSS, right? So right click, inspect element. So console is going to tell us some story. What is this telling us? It is telling the resource from localhost 3000 public CSS master.cs was blocked due to MIME type mismatch. So basically, this is you can say the misleading kind of error. Actually, the deal is that once you want Express server to serve out of some static routes, you must tell Express that, hey, Express, this is my static route. Are you getting me? Hello, everybody.
Yes.
So basically, let me explain it a little bit more. So let me take you to app.js. So my dears, the deal here is that this route and some more are coming. This route, which is served by using get function, these are known as dynamic routes. Not dynamic in the sense, but they are not static, non-static routes, right? So basically, this route which you are dealing with, like CSS or JavaScript front and JavaScript going, so basically these are known as static routes. And in order to have static routes, we need to tell Express that, hey, use static, right? So basically, I don't remember the syntax, but let's give it a try. So I will say app.use. So app.use means that before you run this callback function, right? Before you run this callback function, run whatever here is, right? And here we are going to give the static route, right? So app.use, I think it is express.static. And here you give the route, but let me just, confirm it from my recipe book also. But don't feel deprived. I'm going to send you this recipe book, right? Do you know recipe book? Do you know about recipe books? What are recipe books? You don't want to talk to me?
Cheat sheet.
Oh yeah. So the deal is that in Express there are so many things, and you cannot memorize all the syntaxes by heart. So sometimes it happens that we make recipe books. So here. Right, so this is my recipe book. Okay, so I'm going to send it to you, don't worry. Okay, so app.use express.static. Yes, so basically here you give the route, right? So basically we are saying that, hey, go to this particular route to serve static things, right? And if you do so, right, now you can understand probably this thing. Once we have mentioned that public is part of the static route, so you need not to mention public in over here, right? So basically we are saying to the server that, hey server, if somebody asks you to serve a file, right, like CSS file or HTML file or image for that purpose, right, go and find it into this public folder, and this path is now relative to that public folder. Are you getting me, guys? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, so we come back over here, and now since we have made changes into app.js, we have to restart it. So we come here, right, and let's, keeping our finger crossed, reload. Okay, can you see CSS got loaded this time? Hello, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
right? So basically CSS got loaded, and now we have learned this thing that how can we serve static routes, right? So these are like, Express is not like very straightforward thing. You have to learn so many, you can say this thing that Express is like Lego. So they have given you building blocks and you have to join those building blocks to make server of your choice, your taste, right? There is no fixed server available, right? So basically you have to make your own server. Any questions so far? Ankit, any question?
No, sir.
Okay, great. So basically once we are, we have started serving CSS also, let's create some more routes. So for example, this is like root route, and then, let me copy it from here. Copy, paste it here. Say for example, this is going to be our what route you want to make. Maybe public route or common route, common route. So this is going to be served from common.html, right? Are you getting me? Let's make another route. Maybe let's make a route my wall, right? And this is going to be served from mywall.html, right? And let's make another route over here, right? And this route, let's call it me, right? And it is being served from me.html. Right? So this is like me.html. Okay, good, great. So once we have created these routes, let's make these files also. So let's come over here and let's duplicate it. Duplicate me.html, right? So let me say this is me, right? Oh, Control Z. Say this is me. No form, just me, right? Save it. Everybody, this is me.html. And what else do you want? What was the other one? Duplicate. What was the name? Huh? Common.
My wall.
Common.html.
Common. Yeah.
Common.html. Right? So you can have any name, my dear. So this is common. Right? And then, let's make another file. Oh,
It
where?
Actually, file is not created, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, why
Folder is
not?
created.
The folder is created as common.html instead of the file.
Oh, where? Oh, okay. Let's get rid of it. So delete. Yes. Okay, great. So let's create a new file where it should be wheels, right? So, oh, no. So this is like me and duplicate. Where is duplicate? Why duplicate is not working? Okay, me and this was common. Common.html, and this is. Now, how would it change it to common? By itself. This is something new. Okay. Anyways, right? So this is common.html. What else? My wall. Was it my wall? Hello.
Yeah. My wall.
Okay. And duplicate. Where is duplicate? Duplicate. Why is this duplicate is not working? So my wall.html, right? And this is my wall. Okay, great. So we have created 4 more routes and 4 more, files, right? And let's see if they are being served or not, right? So we come over here and definitely, we have to take this pane to Control C, CLS, and just don't forget it. Otherwise, it is not such a big pain. So if we reload it, it is being served, but where are the other routes? They are not showing, right? So we come over here, we say for example, /me, right? So look, you can see that me.html being served, right? We can say my wall, right? So my wall page is being served, right? And say, for example, we say common, right? So common is being served. So what do you think if I misspell common and there's something like this? So this is bad response, right? If we want to avoid this response, let's have another route over here. Where is app, right? This is the app, and we come over here. So yeah, just copy this. Control C, Control V, and this is asterisk, right? If nothing is found, it will fall over here, right? And it must be given at the end. If you give it at the top up, right, then what will happen? That it will capture every traffic, right? And nothing will work from down after it, right? So basically, we can come over here and we say that page not found, right? So here we create a page, views, new file, page not found dot html, right? So html, h1 error 404, page not found. Right, guys? Hello. Okay. Are you getting me?
The file name is different from the one we linked in the app.js.
Are you sure? The
Yes,
page dash not dash found. No, it is the same. No.
No,
What's the
it's given as
hyphen
page
is-
hyphen not found. There is no hyphen after.
Oh, okay. Good. Thank you very much, guys. Very good. Save it, and we come back over here and Control C and CLS and restart the server. It does not cost a lot of money to restart the server, so I am right. So error page not found, right? Okay, and common, right? So common, and if we give this, it is. So what do we want to have here now? Please.
Weather to get a weather.
Huh? What should we have? What is this thing lacking now?
We need to get weather.
Man, we are not there yet. I gave you weather a couple of days back, and I will give you this weather, again a couple of days afterwards. Okay. so no weather today. You can just, just move your head outside your window and just get the weather. Okay. So yeah. What is this thing lacking?
Navigation bar.
Navigation bar, right? So basically we need to have a navigation bar here. So let's make navigation bar. So, and here we will see the bottleneck of our present, design, and it will tell us that we need something else, right? So we come over here, maybe where? Index.html, right? And here, right after the body tag, I make a navigation bar. Navigation bar is going to have anchor tag, href, backslash, home, anchor tag, backslash, what was that? And look, one more thing, probably I did not stress on it. Look, this page by itself can be sitting anywhere inside views, wherever. Route is not saying that thing. Route is very clean, right? So route is /me. Are you getting me? Right? Or route is my wall. And actual path is over here. And this route is not, actual path is not shown in the route. So you can say that route is just a name. So you need not to tell that my wall. You can just say my, and it will work, right? So basically, this is very clean. If you want to have such clean URLs in PHP side also, just a side note, you can use htaccess, right? So you have to learn htaccess. This is another technology, right? And you can use clean URL by using htaccess. Okay. So coming back over here. So where I was, what I wanted to do, I wanted to put navbar, right? So nav href, and this was what? This is what? Yeah, well, how do you want to see them? So /common, right? Hello.
So common.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is common. Then you want to see what?
My wall.
My wall. Then you want to see, well, what?
Me.
Me. Right? So basically, I have created this nav bar. And once I have created this nav bar, it should be visible, right? Because I have not made any changes to the server. So this my wall, this nav bar is available. Let's beautify it a little bit. So because this course is also about CSS, so let's beautify it a little bit. So we come back over here and we say right at the top, so nav. So your display is flex. Flex, no, sorry, justify content, space around, line items, center, right? What else? Height, say 3 VW. Okay, and
Text decoration.
let me give that over here. Nav A. So over here we say text decoration none, right? Color white. Background sky blue or peach. Peach is not a color.
PEACH.
P.
EACH.
This is what I wrote.
I have tried it.
It works.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Its
sir.
color is not going good.
Font weight.
Yeah. Font weight. Font weight. Bold. What else? Save it and let's see the result. It's enough of code writing. Oh, peach is not working. Otherwise, it's good. So maybe sky blue. Look, its color is changing, right? So once something is recognized by the editor, its color changes, right? So save it and reload it. Okay, great. So now we have got this nav bar up on the top. I go over here in home right? I'm here, right? I go to common. It is taking me to the common, but what's wrong? Why navbar is not here?
Include
Sir,
navigation in the
I have not included it. Now the deal here is that with our current knowledge, where we are right now, we cannot write a very standard beautiful code. Why? Because now the deal is that I have to go manually and copy this navbar and paste it in every file, one after the other. And this is very bad because this is against the concepts of modular programming. Right? So basically, once a module is written, it should be sitting at one point and being used from there. And this is something we are going to do next, but let's complete it, right? And let's do something. And then, we'll see that how to manage it, right? So I copy this navbar from here, copy, common, paste, save, me, paste, save, my wall, paste, save. Right, guys? Hello, everybody. Right,
Yes.
so once we have done so, let's go back, home page, right? Common, my wall, me, right? So basically I have got the navbar. So once we have got this navbar, what is deficient here now?
active link.
Yeah, navbar is mute, right? So it is not telling us that which page we are currently at, right? So let's make this navbar dynamic a little bit. So we can make it dynamic at server side. We can make it dynamic at client side also, right? So sometime I make it dynamic at the server side, and this time I want to make it dynamic at the client side, right? So let's see that how can we make it dynamic at the client side. Are you guys getting me? Hello, everybody.
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. So let's see that how can, so who is going to make it dynamic? HTML? Who is going to make it dynamic?
HTML.
No.
No.
CSS.
CSS, sir.
CSS little bit, but JavaScript is going to play a major role,
JavaScript, yeah.
right? So here JavaScript comes into an action, and we come over here, we say, where is JavaScript? Let's come to index.html. And here, right over here, let's give a script tag. So this is my script tag. And I say that source is equal to, so look at the href for link. So source is equal to \js /nav.js. Okay, just to see that this nav.js is loading, let's come over here and new file, and let's name it nav.js. Right, so this is front end. So basically everything going into the public folder is for the front end, right? It is not going to be executed at the server. So once you are writing JavaScript, both for the server and the client end, you must understand this thing, that which part of JavaScript is being executed at the front end and which part is going to be executed at the server end. So currently, whatever I have written, only app.js is running at the server end. Rest of all the code is running at the front end, at the client-side browser, right? So here, let me put an alert. Hello. Right? Just to test that JavaScript is connecting. So reload it, right? Alert, hello. Right? It means that JavaScript is coming. Any question, guys? So this is exactly we code, right? So instead of populating it first and then looking, hey man, it's not connecting, right? So basically we check, we make a small snippet and check that, hey, it's working, then go to the next step. I know that now this file is connected, right? So once this file is connected, I come back over here. Let me do some small changes into master.css. And here I say, dot this page and color brown. Right, so coming back in JavaScript. So what should I do? How can I make this dynamic navbar? So to make this dynamic navbar, the first thing I need to get hold of
No.
is what is my current page? Right, guys? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right.
Right? So what is my current page? So for this, I will, so for this, a famous variable is window dot location. Window dot location gives us the, the location of current page, right? So window dot location. Let me just console log this window dot location. Let me come back over here. Let me open inspect element, right? And console. There's nothing in the console for now. Let me reload, right? And here, look, it has given me, this is an object location, right? And location is localhost colon 3000, right? And if I open it, it has all these properties, and I am interested in href property. So look, href is going to give me the exact path, right? So I come back over here, I say dot href, save it, let's reload it, right? So now it is giving me whatever the location is. Right? And now I want to build on top of it. So what should I do next? Please quickly. Now, so my current page is here. Now what should I do?
Apply color on the like that page.
Which one? Where? Get hold of all the anchor tags first, right?
Yeah.
Right? So
So
basically, let anchors is equal to mind this thing. This part of JavaScript is going to run at the client side. So since it is running at the client side, you can use document, right? So document dot query selector all, right, guys? And nav space a. So this will give me all the anchor tags, right? All the anchor tags in the navbar, right? Once I got all the anchor tags in the navbar, what should I do?
Highlight the current page.
How? Don't tell me the ultimate goal that I have already mentioned to you.
so bind a click event like on the anchor
No,
tag.
it is not click even, my
Not
dear.
click.
Why click? When the page will load, it should do this thing. Why
Yeah.
should I bind the click event?
Yeah.
So I say anchors dot for each. if item dot href
Equal
is
to my
equal
current page.
to my current page, then console log right? Okay, let's see this thing. Then console log item, right? Not href. Let's see if it works, right? So we come back over here, we reload it. Okay, look, it has given us an anchor tag, right? And if we look into its properties list, you see class list right over here, right? Hello. Class list, which is empty because it is not being decorated with any class. And if we click it, so look, it has further properties, and one of them function is add. So let me use this. Look how I'm going to use it. So basically, I just come over here. I say item dot class list dot add what? This page. Hi guys. Hello. Hello everybody.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So once I have done so, let me see, is it working? Started working, right? Well, is it working for other pages? No. Why not? Because JavaScript is not linked with other pages. Simple as that. Come
Yes,
on,
sir.
right? So we come over here and let's link JavaScript. And this is also bad that we are going here and there and linking all the pages manually. So let me have this copy, paste, paste. What is left? Paste. What else? This here I pasted. Here I pasted. Here I have already written. Here I have pasted, right? Save it. And since I have made no changes in the server app, right? So basically I need not to restart, reload it, and it has started working. Can you see that now this nav bar is dynamic, right? But this thing we are controlling at the front end. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Okay, so okay, let's do one more thing, right? Let's do one more thing, right? And that one thing is that let me go over here and let me say, where is index file? This is the index file. And let me say that this is required, input is required. Okay, reload it. So city, for example, Houston, US. Get weather. Look, what is it saying? Cannot post index.html, right? So one thing. So what does it mean? So we come back over here, look at the form. So action is index.html. So here, since there's no code on top of index.html, which is going to handle this request. So action would be \root, right? So save it, right? Save it, and now be ready to see another error. So we come over here, reload it, Houston, US, get weather. Now the error is cannot post. So why cannot it post? Why cannot it post? Where is that? Where is app.js? This one. So why
So we
can't it
need
post?
key, no? It
Huh?
must have expired. Key must have
So
expired.
look, probably you want to say this thing that we have made all these get routes. Look,
We have
get
to use app post.
app.post, right? We
App
have
post,
to make app.post route, right? So we come down over here after this asterisk route and we say app.post, right? So this is app.post route, and we want to make the root post route, comma, and this is the callback function. This callback function is going to have two parameters, request and response, right? Right? And we come over here and we console log, great, we are at post route, right? And okay, I think that's enough, right, for now. So get great, we are at the post route. Okay, so we come back over here since we have made changes in the server. So Control C, CLS, and welcome to the server. So let's remove, so let's say budding server is listening port 3000, right? So basically now this is not welcome server just, right? So this has grown. It is now serving files for us, right? It is serving files for us. So save it and we come back here, CLS, and our budding server is listening port 3000, right? So we come back over here and let's post now. Right, so we have posted, something happened. Look at it, this is cross, means that it is trying to load something still. Look at it, it is still, moving left, right? So it means that it is still waiting for the response, right? Why is it waiting for the response? Because look, if you look at the console over here, so great, we are at the post route, right? So basically the request went to the server. There it printed, we are at the post route, right? You see, can you read it? But we never gave any response back. So since we never gave any response back, it is still waiting for that response to come. Make sense? Right? So we come back over here. We come back over here. and we say, let's give a trivial response for now. We say response dot redirect. Right? So we want you to redirect to the main route, right? So it is going to take you back here and it is going to serve you this thing. Okay? Hello? Redirect means a GET request, right? Redirect, whenever we redirect, it is a GET request, okay? We are telling the browser, hey, you better just get this page. We can also say this thing that response.render this file also, but normally we don't do this thing because we want to render one route at one place only, not at multiple places. Are you getting me, guys? Hello, everybody. Right, so we come back here. I think that by that time, it's still, the poor guy is still waiting, and let's shut down the server. Right, and oh, something is wrong. Our response is not defined there. Oh, yes, I have written it at a wrong place, actually. I'm sorry. It should be in the post route, right? It should be over here. So coming back over here, CLS, app.js, right? And server is running, and let's come back. Oh, okay, so let's reload it. Right, so now you can see this thing that we are at this page, and if we look into the console, right, great, we are at the post route and response came back. Make sense, guys? Hello, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Okay, one thing for today, I think that this is, we have not overdosed yet. So let's come over here. Let's do one more thing. So the deal is that once, we are sending something, we are posting something to the server, we need to check this thing that whether that thing is going to the server or not. Naturally, right? Hello. So we need to check this thing that whether this thing is going to the server or not. So we come back here. And where we are posting, we say let's do this thing. Instead of console log this thing, we say console log request, which is coming, dot body. Right? Request is a JavaScript object which is coming. So when we say request dot body, so it gives us the body of the request, right? So we want to see that, is it giving us body of the request? So we come back here, Control C, CLS, restart the server. Server is listening. Go back over there, city, Houston, US, get weather, right? So go here, look, what has it said?
Undefined.
Undefined. So the deal is that for now, the server is unable to define, unable to get the body of the request. So if we want Express server to get the body of the request, right? So we need to tell the server that, hey man, you need to get the body of the request, right? And for that purpose, we have to tell it. So we have to tell it. We'll say app.use, right? App.use. Let me open my recipe book. And app.use copy. Paste it over here. By the way, previously, so sometimes people may ask you, hey, why don't you use body parser? So previously, we used to use body parser but not anymore. Right? So because it has been integrated into Express by itself. So we don't use body parser separately now. So we say app.use express.url encoded, this extended to means that we can have nested JSON. So save it, right? Saved it. And now if we rerun the server, go back there, Houston, US, get weather. Now you can see, oh, what is this issue? Something is coming, but not Houston. We need to get into that index page and see that what is loose here. Yes, we have not given a name. Once you don't give the name, it is not sent to the server. Right? Save it. Once saved it, go back over here, reload it, city, Houston, US, get weather. Right? Look, Houston, US. Can you see this thing? Right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So basically we learned this thing that how can we send something to the server? Now it would be our next step that how can we consume it at the server? That's altogether a different story. So I will stop here, right? But stay in the communication because I would like to ask some questions that what did you get out of this lecture? And then we'll discuss, okay? So just wait a minute, let me send you this code. So Control C, ELS, CD space dot dot. Git status. Git add dot. Git no git. CLS. Git commit -m. What should we write? Express multi-pages and routes and git push. Right, so it has gone to you. Please get it ASAP and I'll be ready for questions. Okay. So let me stop over here, stop my recording.